Hi guys! So today marks the 1 year anniversary since I've had my permanent zirconian teeth. Zirconia? I've had these for a whole year now, and I've had my surgery done for about almost 2 years now. But today marks the day where I got my permanents put in, and 1 year anniversary, and I think it's pretty incredible. This video may not be very long because there's really not much to update you guys on, but I have to say something here. As far as, performance goes, they're amazing. I haven't had a single issue with them. In fact, there was a few times where I had something really crunchy and it kind of scared me. I thought, oh, is it gonna crack or something gonna happen? And each time I was pleasantly wrong, and so that was really good. All those worries were just, put aside over time. And they perform the same way. I'm able to eat pretty much whatever I want, and I still feel confident in them. I still love the way I look in the morning, or not in the morning, the whole day. I love the way I look, and I just have a lot more confidence now, and that's been going on since I got my surgery in the first place. But having my permanents has been really joyous for me, and I'm very grateful for them. The story that I had to get to getting my permanents, or getting my all-in-4 surgery, it's a pretty crazy story, and I wanted to talk a little bit about that today. So before I could get my surgery, I had to get my blood pressure lowered. My blood pressure was way too high for them to put me under and do the surgery on me. So that was a very hard time for me because I was going through, well, one, a lot of stress because of my teeth hurting constantly, nonstop, and I was going through the stress and wondering if we could, afford it and make the payments. And I was also the stress of going to work. Well, I didn't feel good. Every day I went to work and my teeth were hurting, and I still tried to put a smile on my face, and I'm very proud of myself for that because that was a really hard time. But yeah, as I was saying, my blood pressure needed to be a lot lower in order to get the surgery, which was really unfortunate because I had all these things working against me. Even though I was so excited and grateful that I finally found a place, Revolution Dental, to do my surgery, it was like one thing after another, it felt like, that was trying to get in the way of it until the very end when everything came together miraculously. And so I want to talk a little bit more about that. So that took about maybe a couple of months to get my blood pressure lowered enough. And then since I am on a blood thinner called Eliquis, hopefully not forever, I'm hoping to get off of that soon, because I had a blood clot a couple years ago, and we still don't fully know why, but it's not hereditary. And I really don't feel like I need to be on Eliquis anymore. I think my health is a lot better now. But anyway, I had to get a doctor at the time. I didn't have a permanent doctor, and I had to get a note for going off of Eliquis for a couple of days because of the surgery. They also will not perform the all-in-4 surgery if you're on blood thinners, because that's really dangerous. And so is performing the surgery with high blood pressure, because they told me, we're not going to risk your life. They could have done it if they wanted to, but they're like, we're not going to risk your life, because if you go under like this, you may never wake up. And that kind of hit home with me. Not kind of, it did hit home with me, and I knew that there was no way I could go through with it until I lowered my blood pressure and got the Eliquis note, which it did come down to eventually. And my husband, Coley, did multiple phone calls trying to get me a doctor, because the waiting list here is crazy to get a doctor. And miraculously, I finally did get one, and it was right on time, basically. And they put me, the day that they gave me the Eliquis note to get off of Eliquis for a couple of days, they also put me on blood pressure meds. And that took maybe about only a month. I thought it was going to take months, and I'd have to wait forever to get my teeth fixed and live in this pain for a lot longer. But it only took about a month. I prayed about it every day. I tried to manifest it. I tried to be positive about it. You know, I was changing my mindset, and I was asking people at work to pray for me. And my best friend Jade at work, she prayed for me, and I know that helped. And like a month later, we were constantly monitoring my blood pressure at home and at my doctor's office. And a month later, boom, it got lowered and lowered and lowered, and it was awesome. And so we finally had enough evidence, so to speak, to give to them. Oh shoot, 1 second. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Yeah, we finally had enough evidence to give to them, and that was all that they needed to go ahead with the surgery for me. And so from there, it's like that the rest is history. And November 8th was a special day, and I remember that day like it was yesterday. I cannot believe that was almost 2 years ago. I cannot believe that. It flew by so fast, honestly. And so I remember when we went that day to Revolution Dental, we were staying at our special favorite hotel, the Grand Hotel, which is on my other videos if you guys missed that. A lot of good vlogs about all this, and I got everything vlogged on it. What was I saying? Yeah, so we were staying over there, and the next morning was the surgery. We were staying for 2 days, I believe. They recommended it, and I totally agreed. I can't find my words, but yeah, I remember that morning. I was really nervous, but I remember feeling like way more excited than nervous. And like, I knew my life was about to change. I knew I was about to get my life back, basically. And that's not dramatic at all, because I couldn't enjoy even the littlest of things, you know, the big things, the little things. I could never fully enjoy them, because when you're in constant pain, you really focus mostly on that. You know, it's hard. But like I said before, I did do a really good job trying to live my life to the fullest, despite the pain I was going through. And it's not easy. But that morning, everybody was so sweet and kind to me at Revolution Dental. And I talked to several people before actually being put under. And I remember when they finally, you know, they gave me the shot to put me under. And I remember feeling excited, a little nervous, because when you're put under, you know, it's always a risk. You're always risking your life like that. But I just knew everything would turn out okay. I knew in my heart. I knew everything had come together for this very reason for me. And I remember waking up and feeling really swollen and everything. But you know what's weird is that, well, I was still coming down from like medication. So maybe that's part of where this came from, but I was feeling really happy and giddy the day of the surgery. And I have a video about that too, where I actually made a video 4 hours after my surgery, and I was all swollen like a chipmunk with this ice pack around my head that you can attach to your head. And I did a video that day saying how happy I was and saying I can still sing, because I was so worried that I wouldn't be able to sing anymore. And I was able to sing, and my voice sounded better too. It was more clear. Like, if you go to my beginning videos before I got the surgery, I had a lisp. My voice was not the same as it was growing up. It just got, you know, kind of really bad. But after getting my teeth fixed, like, I had a crystal clear voice, and it was really awesome. But yeah, that whole day after surgery, I was in the best mood ever. And I know a big part of that was because my life completely changed that day for the better. And I knew that things from then on out were going to be a lot better for me. And surprise, surprise, they have been. And I've been a lot happier than I've been in a long time. Like, I can't even describe to you the happiness I feel daily. Is every day perfect? No. Do I still get upset about things? Yes. Am I human? Absolutely. We all have feelings and emotions. We all go through hard times. But all I'm saying is, since getting my surgery done, I haven't felt this happy in a long time. And I feel like I got my life back. It was a second chance. And forever grateful I am to all of this and everybody involved and who prayed for me and who was there for me, to Revolution Dental. You guys are incredible. Like, you really are. And I want a place like your place for everybody who needs to get their teeth fixed. That's what I want. But yeah, that's the story, guys. There's a little more to it, but I'll get into other parts of it another time too. But I just wanted, that's the main part. I wanted to talk about it because I think it's really special. If you guys have like any questions on my surgery or anything like that, you know, things you're curious about, please feel free to ask me in the comments and I will respond to all of you. If I ever miss anything, please write me again and I will get back to you, I promise. But yeah, guys, 1 year since getting my permanent all-on-4 teeth. That day was very special too, and I probably should have talked about that day, but it's all in my vlogs. I have vlogs of getting my permanent teeth and my temporary teeth, so I highly recommend you guys watch that and follow along. But yeah, that day was insanely awesome too. Getting my permanent teeth was amazing, but you know, getting the surgery done first, there's nothing that can like quite explain that, you know, like that was a very special day. It changed my life forever and it led me to getting my permanent zirconia teeth that you see right now. So anyway, guys, I hope I covered enough and I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you again for following along on my amazing journey, and I pray for all of you guys to have a happy ending as well. Don't ever give up and believe in it always. All right. Love you guys. Bye.